What's up? So how do you stay consistent with the diet? For any of you out there who have been dieting, whether you like food or not, a diet's never really easy. So what are some of the things that I use to get me through a diet? Well, typically part of it is your mindset, and the other half is going to be some techniques and kind of what you eat and what to avoid eating. So for example, when you're dieting, first things first, you need to make sure that you're tracking your calories and that you know how many calories you should be eating at. So quick rule of thumb to find out how many calories you need to be eating at: take your body weight and times it by the number 12. That's just a rule of thumb. It's not set in stone, but use that as a baseline and kind of track week after week of how that's working for you. And if you're losing too much weight, dial it back. If you're not losing enough weight, go ahead and bring those calories down. So track your calories, and in the beginning, I would say actually use an app or something like MyFitnessPal to see how much you're eating and how much you need to keep on eating or stop eating. And just so you get an idea of how many calories are in each food, what a serving looks like, and after time goes on, you'll start to learn and realize what a general portion of steak looks like, or chicken, or a cup of milk looks like. And once you kind of start to get an idea of it, now you can just eyeball it, you don't have to track it. So that's one of the key things that's going to get you through dieting in general, is knowing that this is just for a period of time. You're not doing this forever. You're not going to have to continue to eat at these low of calories once you hit your goal weight and your goal physique, and you're not going to have to continue to track your calories forever. You will learn how to do it by just eyeballing it. But in the beginning, it's important that you be as tedious as possible. So I would say don't diet for any more than 3 to 4 months. After that, you're just doing yourself more harm than good, and if you just need to take a break and give your body a chance to recover from being in such a deficit for so long. So keep in mind, it's only for 3 months. And what are probably the hardest thing when dieting, right, isn't necessarily not being able to eat good foods. Of course, it sucks. You want to be able to eat chicken nuggets and whatever, pizza and sodas, but you can cut those out as long as you're full, right? The hardest part is when you're going to bed at night, your stomach's growling, and you're just hungry. So how do you deal with that? How do you eliminate that hunger? And you're going to do that by finding out what are the best foods to eat that are filling and that aren't a lot of calories in them. So for example, you could eat regular eggs, or you could get egg whites. And if you have just egg whites, it's about 100 calories for the equivalent of 4 eggs, right? So an egg in general would be about 100 calories. So you're just drastically cutting down the amount of calories that you're taking in. So you're going to want to find substitutes for your normal foods that are just as filling, if not more filling, and less calories. So if you're eating rice, look at the kind of rice that you're eating and try to eat maybe whole grain rice or something that has less calories and is just as filling, if not more. So find what foods work for you. Fruits, vegetables. Use those as snacks instead of a donut. For example, an apple has 1/3 of the calories that a donut has, and an apple will fill you up way more than a donut will. So eat foods that are going to be more filling for less calories. For another example is, instead of drinking juice, which I used to always drink juice, drink water instead. You're going to feel a lot more full, and water doesn't have any calories in it. It's just going to help you. You can use other tips like sparkling water, coffee, and stuff like that to blunt your appetite. So follow those things, and then probably the next step after you apply those little techniques would be to work on your mindset. So just gotta keep in mind that, guys, it's only for 3 months. You're not doing this forever. Once you get down to your goal weight, for example, let's say you're at 2,000 calories on your diet. Once you get down to your goal weight, your goal physique, you can bump those back up to a maintenance level, which is probably about 2,500, which at that point, your stomach has shrank, you're used to eating at 2,000 calories, and you will feel well satisfied off of 2,500 and be able to maintain that physique and that body weight. So I would say stick with that, keep in the mindset, maybe put up like a vision board or something of that goal physique that you want, and just remember, you just gotta keep going through it every day. It is gonna be tough. There is no magic pill or magic solution. If there was, everybody would be walking around shredded and lean. But you're gonna have to just fight through it, but just keep in mind, it's only 3 months. Learning how to eat the right foods that keep you full throughout the day are gonna help tremendously, right? If you're full, it's not as hard. And if you keep in mind that goal that you're after, post it up on a board or something, look at it, look at motivational videos when you're feeling down or like you want to cheat on the diet, and that will help you get through it. Especially look at the progress that you're making. Look at the progress in your physique every single week, how much leaner you're getting. Look at the scale dropping. That should keep you going, making progress. So keep it in mind, just stick with it, and in the end, I promise you, you'll be happy with the results.